when you're overly helpful, like, it's to the point where it's like, you're annoying. Like, it seems like it's a more like what benefits you rather than you trying to actually care about me and what I need. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Missy, and today we're gonna talk about people-pleasing tendencies that actually piss other people off. When you're a people pleaser, your goal is obviously to get other people to like you. Or when you're a people pleaser, you have the goal of trying not to piss anyone off and make sure that everyone's happy and good, but it can have the exact opposite effect, especially because you can't please everyone all at the same time. We as humans, we have a lot of people in our lives. Well, maybe not a lot, but we have people in our lives, and what will please one person will not please another. You're just a glutton for punishment by trying to please everyone. So if you're someone that you're on your journey of healing from people pleasing, I have a lot of videos which I'll leave right here on how to stop people pleasing. If you are really struggling, this may give you a different perspective of why you really need to stop people pleasing, and how it is affecting the people around you and how it's actually having the complete opposite effect. With people pleasing, a lot of times you do behaviors to make the person feel good in the moment, but it can lead to long-term consequences, and we're going to talk about that today. With people pleasing, it has to do with in your upbringing, you may have dealt with a parent that you had to please, and you may have been parentified, or you had an abusive parent, or you just had a really difficult parent that, or even people-pleasing parents yourself, where you learned that behavior and took it on. You had a parent or caretakers or people in your life where you felt like you had to make them feel good so you didn't deal with some sort of negative consequence, and so then you learn to do that later on in all of your other relationships. It was because you needed that temporary peace, because you constantly dealt with like punch after punch after punch. So one is telling someone something and not following through. I actually have had a tendency of doing this, where, like, for instance, let's say someone's waiting to watch a movie and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll be there in 5 minutes, I'm just cleaning up the kitchen. I know damn well I'm not gonna be 5 minutes cleaning the kitchen. I just think in my head, oh, I'll make this person happy by saying this, when in reality I can't follow through on that. So that's something that I've been working on even now lately, of just, if I can't do something, I'll be like, listen, I'm cleaning the kitchen, I don't know how long I'm gonna be, just being real. And like, if they're irritated, Godspeed, they're irritated, I'm cool with that. Just gotta let them sit with it and be pissed off, because they can be pissed off. So that's the thing, it's like, if you say something and you can't follow through on it, and you may not even realize that you can't follow through, you may spread yourself thin and think that you can follow through. Be real with yourself before ever answering something. Like, think, okay, what am I doing right now? Can I actually follow through or accomplish this thing? Am I just saying this to make this person feel happy and give them temporary relief? If you're trying to do that, don't tell them what you are about to tell them. Really be honest and like, I can't do this right now, or I don't have the energy to do this, or like, be real and be honest. People may be irritated in the moment, but they appreciate that honesty more than constantly being like, here we go, they said they're gonna do something and they can't even follow through, or they're telling me that they're gonna be here and they're not. So you may notice people are pissed off with you, even though you're like, I was trying to make them happy. Don't say things to make people temporarily happy, because it could lead them to be pissed off long term and build resentment for you. The next is not prioritizing and trying to fit everything in. So like I mentioned before, you spread yourself thin. When someone asks something of you, or you have a lot on your plate, you just continue to put it on your plate, and you try to dab in each different thing, and then you wind up failing in all those different areas that you're trying to dab in and take care of, because you have too much on your plate and not everything's a priority. For instance, let's say 3 different friends asked you to hang out, and you're like, oh yeah, no, I could try to make it work today, and like, you're trying to fulfill everyone, but like, one person, you left them hanging, they're like at the beach and they have no way home because you decided you were gonna go hang out with another friend and go to the lunch, and like, you're just pissing everyone off because you're trying to please everyone and tend to everyone's needs when you can't. You have to prioritize. Which is your priority for that day? Which friend are you going to prioritize? Maybe you'll schedule another friend. You prioritize that one friend because you haven't seen them in a while and they have a busy schedule and finally you're able to line up. You know, you have to figure out your priorities, whatever it is. and then go down them. You can't have multiple, I mean, I feel like you can have like 1 or 2 priorities, but like that should be your main focus. When you focus and prioritize something, it's more likely to succeed, or it's more likely to blossom into something better rather than having like resentment or something failing. And just because you don't prioritize something a certain day doesn't mean you can't make it a priority another day. You really gotta hone in and decide what is priority and disappoint people. It's so important. You have to disappoint people, because no matter what, you're going to wind up disappointing them. Whether you tell them you're going to do it but then you don't follow through, or you tell them you can do it later on, there's going to be a disappointment. It's better to be straightforward and have them disappointed now, rather than, like I had mentioned before, build that resentment and then just your relationship is in the gutter because they're just so pissed off at you from constantly just trying to make them feel good, but you are actually making them feel bad in the long run. So you have to accept that you can't fit everything in at once, and that's okay. Let it go. The next is nice to everyone means you're nice to no one. So what does that mean? What the hell could that mean? If you're nice to everyone, if you give everyone the equal treatment of being like, I like you so much and you're such a great person, you feed everyone the same lines, no one is special. You're not nice to anyone. That's just the baseline. That's just what's normal. So this can irritate people because they sense a fakeness and they don't feel like they can genuinely get close to you because you're feeding everyone the same lines and you're making everyone feel the same, that it's like, okay, what do I matter to this person if they feel like Judy down the street and, you know, their best friend are like equals. In life, everyone can't be on an equal playing field. There's got to be people that like are top dog, your ride or die, the people you ride for, the people that you give a lot of your love to and your trust, and you really invest in these relationships. And then there's like the low kind of level relationships that you maintain where you don't give that same effort. There's got to be a hierarchy of things. If you don't have that hierarchy, people question you and they don't feel maybe necessarily good around you. They're just like, oh, that person's just nice to everyone. So like, who are they really? What really matters to them? They're treating all of us the same. So it doesn't feel real. The next one, which kind of aligns with that one, which is people pleaser can seem disingenuous. When you're a people pleaser, you may say things that you don't mean and like agree with people that when you don't necessarily agree, just to make them feel good. And that can come across as very disingenuous, especially if other people talk of like, oh yeah, this person agreed with me, well this person agreed with me. Like, what are their true opinions? What are their true views? What are their true feelings? They don't really truly get to know you because you're a yes man to everyone. You're hyping everyone up. You agree with everyone. Again, if you agree with everyone, you agree with no one. So they don't get to know the authentic you. They only know the anxiety you, or the one that's trying to make everyone feel good, when that doesn't make anyone really feel good. Again, it focuses on people temporarily feeling good, but long term they feel bad. Especially when they find out that you're telling everyone the same things. People don't feel special when you're telling everyone the same exact things. People want to feel special, and it's not your job to make people feel special, so don't get me wrong. It's more so a matter of like, oh, I know this person is for me based on how they're like, you know, how they treat me and what like the vulnerabilities they show to me, rather than like, you know, just being kind of robotic and just saying what people want to hear. No one really likes people that say what they want to hear, except for narcissists, which that can also make you a narcissist magnet. That's one of the reasons why you may have struggled with narcissism in your life, is because you are someone that will feed exactly what they want to hear. So if it's good if someone doesn't like hearing what they want to hear, because then it means that they're real and they want realness. So it's better to be real so you can have the people that are for you in your life, rather than having everyone and people that can take advantage of you and that just are not for you. I would take someone who has complete opposite views and opinions in life of me in my life, rather than someone that constantly yes mans me and agrees with me, because at least I know that person is being real and it can give me a different perspective in life, rather than someone who could maybe continue to enable me and make me a bad person by just yesing me to death or telling me what I want to hear. And the last thing that irritates people is someone that's overly helpful. When you're a people pleaser, you will kind of try to maneuver your way into things where you're not needed because you need to feel needed. And people can get irritated by that because people don't always want help. They don't always want your opinion. They don't always want you to help them make something or take care of something or whatever it is. Sometimes they got it. They just, maybe they want to complain a little bit or just vent, but they don't need you to take an action, take care of things. So when you're overly helpful, like, it's to the point where it's like, you're annoying. Like, it seems like it's a more like what benefits you rather than you trying to actually care about me and what I need. So that really irritates people when they notice it's coming from a selfish point of view rather than an authentic, like, okay, you don't need help, that's fine, I'm good with that. More like people pleasers will just keep gnawing and being like, nah, I'll help you, like, I can do it for you, because they need it, and it comes across that way. Or it can also come across as self-righteous at times of like, oh yeah, like, why did you do that? This is what I would do. If you're someone who overly gives advice and tries to take care of things, it can make people feel bad, or especially if it's too intense or too much, or depending on the tone. So this was a straight to the point, blunt video, and it may have been a little bit harsh, but on my channel I do take the time to just be blunt and straightforward and harsh sometimes, because that's what we need to hear. This resonates with my audience that need that straightforwardness. So what do you guys think? Leave it in the comments below, and please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with someone that you think may need it. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye guys. Prioritizing everything. Don't say that. With people pleasing. This is in the beginning, by the way. Okay, now we're going back to the program.